What's up, guys? Jimmy or Chaos, welcome back, and today we are going to do something kind of familiar but a little different. And the channel is known for top 10s, and it's most known for Call of Duty top 10s, especially my Sunday top 10s. But I've branched out over the last couple months and started doing more list videos in the video game realm. Today, I'm going to do a Call of Duty top 10. But instead of more edited and stuff you're focused on for each one of the listings in it, I want you to just listen to my voice because it's going to be all about what I'm saying on this one. And we're going to go over the 10 things that Call of Duty players hate. And Call of Duty is a love-hate relationship for most fans of the franchise. And we're going to go over what I deem to be some of the most infuriating things about the game. And really quick, I wanted to let you know that I have a huge giveaway going on. Some of you know about it, some of you don't. There are new entries in it. They're all free, and somebody is going to win a PS4 Pro and a VR bundle. It's being powered by PTFO Podcast, the podcast I'm part of. Link is at the top of the description if you guys want to go enter. And now, let's get into this. We're going to go over the top 10 things Call of Duty players hate. If you would take a second and drop a like on the video while you watch, that would be much appreciated. And at number 10, bad spawns. Now, while some players may get turned off by the fast pace of Call of Duty, COD players have come to love the speed of the game, the arcade shooter. But in a game as fast-paced as Call of Duty, the spawns can either be your best friend or your worst enemy. And there's absolutely no in-between when it comes to this subject. Ideally, you want to spawn relatively close to the battle with a few seconds to get your tactics together before you charge in and join the fight. That's a perfect scenario for most. But more often than not, you'll either spawn in the middle of the fight and get immediately gunned down, or you'll spawn way too far away from the battle and have to waste precious seconds running to the objective only to get shot down and have to do it all over again. Has anybody ever experienced that? Drop a like on the video if you have. While we can't blame the developers too much, as COD is such a fast-paced game that making a perfect spawn system is probably pretty much impossible, bad spawns still bug the crap out of most Call of Duty fans. And as always, guys, in the comment section, let me know what I missed and what we got right and what you would have added to this top 10. At number 9, cheaters. While the newer games have gotten better about this sort of thing, well, some, one of the reasons why the older COD games are so dead is because of cheating. It's not because people don't want to go back and experience the nostalgia. It's because wall hacks, invisibility, God mode, and every other thing, it's an open season in those old games for cheaters due to the lack of support for them since their heyday. And the developers don't support them anymore, and the cheaters run amok. Thankfully, the newer games have gotten better about security and anti-cheater software, but if only the older games could have the same support. And it's that whole, we're not talking criminals here, but the cops get better, then the criminals adapt, and then it just goes back and forth, back and forth. At number 8, planted equipment. Be it shock charges, trip mines, claymores, IEDs, most people hate it. We understand that it's part of the game and that planted equipment is part of warfare, but there's just something about getting hit out of nowhere by something at your feet that you didn't even see that pisses off most COD players to the end. I mean, it does me for sure. Let me know if you agree. Maybe it's because we don't like having our momentum randomly stopped, or maybe it's because we associate these pieces of equipment with campers, which is usually the case, which we'll get into later. Whatever it is, we hate planted equipment. Number 7, and once again, these are going to pertain to some people, and then other people are going to say, no, I love that. And if you're one of those people, you need to look in the mirror and just have a moment with yourself. Coming in at number 7, full auto and semi-auto shotguns. These have been around since COD 4, but it wasn't until around Modern Warfare 3 with the Striker and the AA-12, oh my god, those two shotguns, that they really started being abused by the player. And now, of course, everyone has grown a hatred for the Brecci, the Haymaker in Black Ops 3, the hate for the Reaver and the DCM-8 in Infinite Warfare are quickly growing as well. Somewhere along the COD timeline, developers stopped carefully balancing the faster shotguns, and they became incredibly exploitable. And most COD players are getting really tired of the shotgun spam, unless you're on the other end of it and you're the one actually spamming it out. Coming in at number 6, and this is just from the current state, and this isn't that old, but falling off of a wall run. Now, if you hate the modern Call of Duty games, you probably hate wall running in general. But if you like the modern COD games, which I know some of you do, and I have to find that balance in a video because I know there's both sides to everything, and tell me if this sounds familiar. You're playing a match, you jump onto a wall, and you start running over a gap in the map when all of a sudden you get a hiccup lag or a hiccup of lag, fall off the wall, and plunge to your death. Nothing by your own doing or fault. Dying is one thing, but dying because something is out of your control is frustrating as hell. All right, let's break into the top 5 most hated things in Call of Duty. At number 5, the dreaded 3-letter word that infuriates almost everybody when it comes to this game, and any other shooter game probably: lag. Now, obviously, lag isn't exclusive to Call of Duty, but due to the fast pace of COD and the quick time to kill, lag can be extremely frustrating. Every COD player has experienced an enemy rubber banding through the map only to have them appear in front of you and kill you in half a second. I have to ask you guys, are lag switches still a thing? Is that a real thing? I remember back in the day, the homemade lag switches that people would make. Is that still done? Let me know in the comment section or on Twitter, because I'd be really curious to see what some of them actually look like now. At number 4, music mics. If you play music through your microphone, just stop. Seriously, just stop. Nothing is more frustrating than getting into a lobby when someone on your team is blaring their music through their mic and you have to end up muting them. Then other people on your team complain about the music guy, and then you have to tell them to mute him as well. Then you get a new player who complains about the music guy, and you have to tell him to mute the guy. And it just goes on and on and on. Just stop being annoying. Stop playing music through your mic. It sounds horrible. It's almost as bad as nails across a chalkboard. Just stop. Stop with the music mics. At number 3, and this could have very well been number 1, and you knew it was coming: campers. There are fewer things more frustrating in any online shooter, including Call of Duty, than people who refuse to engage and choose to simply sit in a corner and pick people off as they run by. Whatever their reasoning is. They're trying to get their KD up, they don't know how to play, or they're just scared of a video game to go out and actually get a video game death. The more advanced campers will trap their location with trip mines, shock charges, bouncing betties, and anything else that they can use to make their refusal to engage more successful. And to those of us that actually play the game, this is one of the most infuriating things in the entire gaming world. Not just Call of Duty, the entire gaming world, period. Coming in at number 2, supply drops. You saw this one coming. Ever since the introduction of supply drops in Advanced Warfare, people have had issues with the RNG loot drops in Call of Duty. At first, they started out just cosmetic and no one seemed to mind, but since the addition of weapons, the cries of pay to win have seemingly never ceased. And the Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered supply drop system seem to be going down the same path, and most players are fed up with the RNG drops being in Call of Duty at all. People would just assume not have them in there at all, and the bad news is that they are not going anywhere. Trust me. And the number 1 thing on our list today that Call of Duty players hate. This one's a little different, okay? Not being heard. Now, like I said, this one's a little deeper and a little different, but a huge problem Call of Duty players have been recently feeling is being unheard by the developers and by Activision itself. It seems that the recent decisions made by the publishers are pleasing absolutely no one. It doesn't feel like Activision is listening to their player base and they're adding things to the games that nobody really asks for. All developers and publishers make mistakes, and I totally understand that. But the biggest problem with Call of Duty right now, present time, is how frequent these mistakes are and how little it seems the Call of Duty teams are actually listening to their players. So the number 1 thing today is not being heard. And I'm not saying that they don't listen. What I'm saying is the point of action. There's a lot of things that go against what the community looks like, what they want, and it just seems to be the essence of where we are right now. Hopefully it gets better, and I'm not saying all developers don't listen. I'm not saying any developers don't listen. It just seems like that path back and forth is very, very rocky. And there you have it, guys. My list of the top 10 things that Call of Duty players hate. Let me know if we got it right. Let me know if we got it wrong. Drop a like on the video. Be sure to check out that giveaway as well. And I hope you guys have an amazing day.